I heard a funny joke the other day, or actually somebody sent it to me over the internet, and it has nothing to do with anything I'm saying today, but I just thought of it. So since I have the microphone, I'll tell it. There was this lady walking past this pet shop one day on her way to work, and when she walked past the pet shop, there was this parrot in a cage out in front of the pet shop. And so as she's walking by, the parrot says, "Hey, lady!" And she looked at the parrot. He said, "You are ugly." And she said, "Well." She walked on down the street, so she's on her way walking back home, and she walks past the pet shop again, and so when she's walking past, the parrot sees her coming. He says, "Hey, lady!" She looks at him. He said, "You are really ugly." So she walks into the pet shop, and she told the owner, she said, "Look, I have had it. That parrot out there has insulted me twice today, telling me that I'm ugly. If he does it one more time, I'm going to sue you for everything you're worth." He said, "Madam, I promise you that will never happen again. I will make sure of it." So the next day, she's walking to work. She's walking past the pet shop, and the parrot's sitting in the cage out in front. The parrot sees her coming along. He said, "Hey, lady!" She looked at him. He said, "You know." Oh, boy. Ain't it great? Whatever you are focused on is what you will reproduce. Whatever you are focused on is what you will reproduce. It is extremely important for us to understand what vision means to us. Anyone who's ever been in an auto accident will tell you that wherever you are focused is where you're headed. You cannot continue to drive a car in this direction while looking in this direction. Why? Because you cannot continue to move in one direction while you're looking in another direction. It's impossible. You can't do it. Whatever direction you are focused in is the direction you are going to end up moving in. Does that make sense to you? It is critically important for us to understand this. You cannot constantly focus on the negatives in everybody else and be a positive person yourself. It amazes me the people who think that their calling in life is to find the faults in everyone else. That their calling is to point out what's wrong with everybody else. Let me tell you something. If you spend all of your time focusing on everybody else's weaknesses and faults and failures, that's what you're going to reproduce in your own life. You're going to have to decide what it is that you want to reproduce and get focused on it. Find out what you want to reproduce and focus on that. Get completely focused on what it is you're wanting to reproduce in your life. But the question is, where are you focused? See, most people, all they focus on is Jordan. "Oh my God, can you believe this? Oh, can you believe how everything's going wrong? Oh no, can you?" And they focus on the negative. They completely focus on the negative, and what do they reproduce in their lives? Negative. They reproduce negative. They're focused on something and they're reproducing what they're focused on. And that's what happens to them because all they can see is what's going wrong. Have you ever been around somebody and they say, "Well, with my luck"? You ever heard somebody say that? "Well, with my luck." Slap them. Just slap them. Before they even finish that sentence, don't even let them embarrass themselves by saying something negative. Because I've never heard anybody say, "Well, with my luck," and then say something positive. Have you? I have never. Using the word luck, which I don't even believe in luck. I believe you make your own destiny. But I I just get so frustrated when I hear people say, well, I've never heard anybody say, well, with my luck, I'll probably become a millionaire and have to build a big house. You know, I don't. Well, with my luck, I'll probably win the lottery. You know. I've never heard anybody say, well, with my luck, I'll probably get a promotion. They'll give me an extra week's vacation every year and give me a raise. New company car. Never heard that. Have you? No. Anytime somebody says, well, with my luck, they are going to say something negative. They're going to be negative. They're focusing on the negative. They're already anticipating the negative. They couldn't see something positive. If it walked up and bit them, they wouldn't recognize something positive. They just wouldn't recognize it. There are some people, you've heard me say it. Some of you have heard me say this. There's some people so negative, you put them in a dark room, they develop because they are that negative. They honestly are that negative. They just cannot see the positive in anything. The question is, are you looking at Jordan, which is right in front of you at the flood, or are you lifting up your eyes and focusing beyond Jordan to the positive that's on the other side? Are you focusing on the harvest? See, anytime you see Jordan at flood stage, you need to get excited because Jordan only floods at harvest time. Isn't that interesting? So basically, the forces that would try to pull you down flood when you get near your harvest. I promise you, when you get close to the next level in your business, when you get close to achieving the next level, whatever the next level is that you're trying to move towards right now, when you get close to it, I promise you, you're not going to go to sleep one night and wake up the next morning and it's all been done for you. I'll guarantee you, when you get close to it, Jordan's going to flood. And a person who's not a leader would look at that and say, I knew it. I knew it. With my luck, it's going to get worse. See, it's this tendency we have that when problems come, we immediately think that now we've entered into the problem cycle of our lives. So now it's going to just continue to perpetuate itself. And it's going to get worse and worse. When if we would only lift up our eyes just a little bit from the Jordan, we would be able to look across and see the harvest. It's not that far away. It's not that hard to see the harvest. All you have to do is lift up your eyes from the Jordan and look right across there, and there's the harvest. But so many people just look down, 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 and they keep studying the forces that would try to carry you down. Does anybody know what I'm talking about? See, and the problem is that we have to have somebody walk up and knock us in the head just for us to even see that there's something positive in store. Listen, every time that you see negativity and problems and forces coming against you all around, you need to lift up your eyes and look further. Because if you focus on these negative problems, you're going to reproduce negative in your life. You're going to reproduce negative in your business organization. That's why I told you in the last session that if you have somebody come to you and all they're focused on is all the negative problems they're having with their business, the worst thing you can do is study those problems with them. You're helping them to focus on, here, let's get down a little bit closer so we can read them just a little bit better. No, that's the wrong thing to do. What you need to do instead is get them focused on the positive. Get them focused on the reward. Get them focused on the harvest. Get them focused on something that is on the other side that makes it worth going across to get to it. Man, nobody's going to cross Jordan at flood stage just for the sake of doing it. You're going to do it if you see the harvest, and if you see that the harvest is worth crossing to get to. Does that make sense to you?